What's up, guys? This is Merc Music, and I have an insane gameplay for you guys today. This is going to be 100-0 using the KAP40. This is a gameplay by my good friend Hardkicks HD. You can check out his channel by clicking the link in the description below. If you like what you see over there, make sure to hit subscribe. I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. He really deserves it because, man, he really grinds out for these gameplays, and the result is just amazing. So I'm going to talk about the gameplay a little bit, but I also have a really good topic I want to get into. So just real quick, this is some ground war domination on Meltdown. He's mostly using the KAP40. He's got some pretty big kill streaks. He's running the VSAT dogs and Swarm, and I think in the gameplay he picks up a Scorpion and gets like 2 kills or so. The kills could have been easily accomplished with the KAP40, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't really expecting this whole thing to turn out the way it did. But, you know, that happens with gameplays. They kind of just happen. So, yeah, you guys are going to see a pretty freaking amazing gameplay. They win, and he goes 100-0. But aside from that, I have a really good topic I want to get into. It's going to talk about trolling and how it basically affects our community, you know, on YouTube and in Call of Duty and other games as well. I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of trolling and how they affect the troller, the person who's basically doing the trolling, the people who are getting trolled, and the people who are watching the trolling itself. So, let's get into this. Alright, so let's start with the good side of trolling and how it affects the person who is doing the trolling. Basically, what I see as a good troll is someone who isn't being a complete douche, but they are kind of being a little bit douchey by tricking and confusing people to kind of get a rise out of people and try to just piss them off a little bit, get some reactions, or maybe the person will laugh. You know, I have a pretty good threshold when it comes to what I think is bad, what I think is good with trolling. So if something's a little bit, you know, if it's just, it rubs you in the wrong way when you see it, then okay, but, you know, it really, trolling doesn't have that effect on me, mostly because I do it a lot, but, you know, I can see trolling as bad, but for the most part, it's good. The person doing the trolling is having fun, and as long as they don't go over the line, then, well, it's fine with me, so I see trolling as good for the most part. Now, when it comes to the person getting trolled, it is really hard for that person to see it in a good light, because the person getting trolled is always the person in the wrong when it comes to, like, you know, how they freak out or what they might say out of impulse. It's usually not good for the person getting trolled, but really the only scenario where it's good is if the person getting trolled understands what's happening, you know, a couple seconds later, and they try to do like a little reverse troll thing and try to get you back, you know. Or when they get trolled, they laugh. You know, I've done Black Ops gun game reactions where the people were, you know, all in a party and they're all having fun, but there might have been a person in the group who might get picked on a little bit or teased or take the heat for jokes a lot in real life, and when they see that person getting stabbed, it's kind of like how it relates to their whole real life friendship, and, you know, that's how they might see it. And it's really nothing too bad. It's just good fun, and it's like, oh, that person's just getting picked on, just like they do in real life. And, you know, some people can relate to that. Some people have friends like that in real life. You know, there's always that one guy, you know, sort of deal. So I think the best possible scenario for good trolling is the person doing the troll isn't being too much of an ass, and, you know, they're just doing their thing, and it's not going to, you know, have a reverse effect where the troll becomes an idiot themselves. And the person who is getting trolled, you know, kind of has an understanding of it, and they won't do anything too serious, or they might not take it too seriously, and the people who are watching it think it's fun. They take it as a lighthearted joke and a troll, and that's all it has to be, and it doesn't have to be anything more or less for that person. Now, let's get into the bad side of trolling. I'm not going to take things a little bit too far here, but I'm just going to, you know, let you guys have a feel for what I think is bad trolling. Bad trolling is when the person doing the troll themselves is being ignorant, they might be a little bit racist, and, you know, the person who is doing the trolling might not understand how to troll. That's bad for me, you know. That's at least what I see as bad trolling. And it's also bad when trolling goes further than like something like a video game. Like if you go to troll someone in real life and you just go up to them and say something really blatantly ignorant or stupid or insulting, and it's just not funny. And, you know, people have their moments like that, but, you know, that's what I think is bad trolling, because it's not really even trolling at that point. Now, when it comes to the person who is getting trolled, it's bad for that person when they think they're seriously getting cyberbullied, and they might do something crazy, like they might try to hack your account after, something like that, or they might say something out of impulse that they didn't really mean to say in the first place, and it can make them look really bad, and in response, the audience will see that, and they'll call that person out, they'll start being insulting back, and the person who is watching the video will just say, you know, this is really bad, it's bullying, it's just insulting, and there's really nothing good coming out of it. So usually when the troll is bad and the person getting trolled is bad, it just has this downward spiraling effect on the entire video itself, and it's just bad altogether. So bad scenarios, you know, they just kind of go out of hand when the person trolling is not doing a good job of trolling, you know? So let's wrap things up here with the ugly side of trolling, and this kind of happened to me recently. I'm pretty sure you guys know because this video is coming out the day right after the so-called ugly troll. I'm going to talk about that a little bit, but first I just want to talk about ugly trolling. The ugly side of trolling is when the person doing the trolling themselves doesn't actually realize that they are being blatantly ignorant and insulting and stupid, and they just don't understand that they're not even being a troll at this point. They're just being a complete asshole. And that's when, you know, trolling is not even really fun anymore. So that's when it goes a little bit too far, and that's all I can really say in terms of the person doing the trolling. Now, the person getting trolled, it becomes bad if, like, say, the person is getting trolled so badly that everyone kind of just wants to gang up on this person. More people want to go out and troll that person by finding their gamer tag or their YouTube account and just sending them hate messages and stuff like that, and just ongoingly messing with the person when what has been done is done, and that's it. You just take it a little bit too far. Or actually, you know, when it comes to trolling being ugly, you take it to a completely different level that is just totally unnecessary. And that happened yesterday, and I'm going to talk about that after I talk about how it affects the audience. And trolling is ugly for the audience when they might see it as, like, they see it as a video that needs to be flagged and removed from YouTube, and that can happen. I haven't actually seen that happen. I don't think, you know, some of the trollers you might watch already will take it too far. And I know after what had happened yesterday, I kind of see, okay, well, that's where we're going to draw the line, you know? I don't feel like doing something like that. I have to kind of set myself some guidelines and watch what I do, because I don't want to have that kind of reputation. I don't want to be seen as that guy who does those kind of trolling videos on YouTube. And, you know, the video itself, it did very well. I know YouTube is having some glitches with their views, and it's really not glitches. If you guys want to know what it is, YouTube is pretty much switching over from monetizable views to monetized playbacks, and it's giving the YouTubers, you know, a completely different view count number, and it's pretty spectacular, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not sure if it's totally accurate. But aside from that, ugly trolling when it comes to the audience is pretty much when they just see it completely as bad. They don't see it as trolling anymore. It's just hateful and bad for everyone to see that. And I want to apologize personally to the person I had trolled in the video of Minecraft. I didn't feel like I did anything too bad. The person did save and exit the world. Well, they saved with... crap. Exited without saving. They didn't actually have anything bad happen to their world. And what had happened is a lot of my subscribers were sending the person hate messages and telling him he got trolled, and it had a bad effect on the kid, and he closed his YouTube account. I'm very sorry for that. Things got a little bit out of hand, but aside from that, that is how I feel about trolling. I hope you guys enjoyed the 100-0 with the KAP40. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, and I will see you guys later.